So our first stop was Shimizu. Shimizu is very near to Mount Fuji, and a lot of the whole experiences they were doing on the boat for people was to go to Mount Fuji. Part of me wants to do that, and I think I would go back and do that, but this time we didn't do that. We did not do that. We end up going to Castle, Shimizu Old Castle. Beautiful place, beautiful place. I really enjoyed that, and it's fascinating because on the train ride there, what happened was I was sitting there, I was playing my Uma Musume game because I'm a nerd and that's what we do, and there's an old guy who came from the other coach, sat next to me and went, and just started talking, and that was the start of like, okay, language barriers may be an issue here, but it's amazing the beauty of how we can connect to each other even with an issue like that, you know. And it was so heartwarming. The guy was an ex top tier national baseball player in Japan, and he was so cool. I loved him. So, and it just really assured me like, wow, I love this man. I love this place. You know, the people stood out to me massively. You know, so Shimizu was pretty damn cool, to be fair. You know, we end up getting off the train. We went past where they make the gunpla, and I said, do they do tours? Do they do tours? I need to see this being made, because how big gunpla over here now is huge. I know so many people building gunpla. Wouldn't it be cool to go to the factory and go, yeah, I build it. I build it at home as well. So you know, but nah, they don't do that anymore. But we get off the train. Yeah, I had a great conversation with this baseball player man. Yeah, and it was like, it was so heartwarming. It was so heartwarming because, you know, he's seen me that looks like the most touristy tourist ever, and wants to see how I see who I am. How you enjoying the place? What do you think? You know, and that's so cool. You know, and I love that welcomeness. And this was really when I really started getting used to Japan. You know, like, I'd already filmed like a load of videos of me on the boat, taking pictures of myself on the boat, and you know, yeah, I loved it, man. I really got into it. I really got into Japan at this point. But I ended up going to outside of KFC, and I love this moment because this shows where my mind was at, because of how much better I felt in myself and mental health wise. You know, I was there posing and having just a moment with the KFC guy, the Colonel, and you had these tourists that were looking like, what an absolute crazy guy, crazy man. And I was be waving like, hey, how cool is this? I get to see KFC guy, and I did that to him, you know. And it, you know, it's that madness and craziness that I really wanted again. But we went to the castle. The castle was so cool, man. Like, I wanted to see Japanese castles. Okay, I really wanted to see Japanese castles because there's something about them I don't know enough about that period. And the best way to gain that interest is to see these things and go, wow, I kind of like this, and I kind of like this. I end up kind of buying Dynasty Warriors, a video game that's based on that Edo period, just so I can kind of go, maybe I'll learn a bit more. But it worked. I ended up exploring the castle. The castle was stunning. It was so cool. You know, it was recreation from when it got burnt down, but the park area inside it was beautiful as well. Everything about the place was stunning, and it's a connection with nature, connection with the simple things, you know. And we end up walking down some residential area, which I always found interesting because the residential area, all the houses are so different. But at the same time, yeah, I still feel so safe. I still feel so safe. And we end up walking, and we end up going to these big giant temples. Again, you know, it seems that everywhere there seems to be temples. You know, and that was like really nice to see. You know, I'm just checking if it is the one I'm on thinking about. Yeah, so it had the horse outside. It had the horse, which basically grants any wish. You know, you throw your money in, you do your thing, and this horse, when it was alive, granted any wish you wanted. So they got a statue. I found it quite funny, but yeah, we ended up exploring that bit very nicely. There was so many temples there. It was a lot of temples in a small bit, which I found really interesting. And I think each one specialised in a set thing, which is kind of cool. But yeah, to be able to see that and do that was so cool. Yeah, and there was this dragonfly that I found really cool, and it just kind of hanged around me. That was so nice. before we went back, we did go to the arcade, which is cool. Had a crossover, and yeah, to end that really was basically these local idols which were dancing their hearts out, as we were leaving. That was really nice. But before we left, there was one thing that stood out to me, and it was that connection again. I end up talking to this random local that their mother was running a stall. I spoke to the person running the stall, and they gave me a little Slowpoke sticker, and I carry that Slowpoke sticker in my wallet all the time, and it has their details on it. I was like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate you giving me this Pokemon sticker. The Absol's card that I found on Phil on Tokyo, I gave him because it's Pokemon related. That's the only thing I had Pokemon in my wallet at the time. It was out of that awesome random bits that I've got. I got pretty stones. I should have gave that the stone, but we did a Pokemon trade, and I found it quite cool. It's something so small and simple, but it was that getting along with people, and that's really nice. It really stands out to me, and I really, really appreciate that one. Like, that resonated with me. But we get back on the boat. So what did we do that day? We went to the castle. We did a tea ceremony at the castle. Forgot to mention we did a tea ceremony at the castle, and that was so cool. So we did 2 tea ceremonies in Japan at this point, and I still don't like matcha tea. But I loved it. It was so cool to experience Japan in different ways again. The people this time. That was the thing that stood out to me, was the people. I realise how much I need people, and how much people can affect my self-love, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be seen in the world. I want to be listened to. And, the lesson I learned from that was, talk to more people. I've made the point to talk to more strangers. And the reason I talk to more strangers now is because it makes everyone's day better. A simple hi, a simple thumbs up. When I do my running now, if I see another runner, keep it up, bro. That's exactly the thing I do. Keep it up, hang in there, and it helps. It helps me, helps them. We all smile about it, and it's all good. And yeah, that was like literally day 3 in Japan, and these experiences stood out to me. It really did. I loved it, man. I love it. I still miss it so much. Shimizu was so cool. Shimizu was lovely. The temples were stunning. The castle was amazing. And the people, I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back, And on to the next, and when, like I say, the idols were so cool. They did so well, and we sailed away into the distance to our next location.